Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Crusader 5.5-inch SP. It's a Tier 7 British SPG. It's located on the westbourne of Studzianki and it's under the command of Smooth932. Game started. Well, this Arty is another fabrication because it never actually existed. It's perceived that they probably would have considered using a Crusader with a 5.5-inch gun as an artillery piece, but nope, never got put into production. Okay, 25-second reload. He's just loaded, and he fires at the Wizzy 131, but doesn't get a hit. Now, there's something very odd about this machine is that it's 5.5 inches, and that equates to 139.7 millimeters. When Wargaming brought in stun, they said that anything below 15 centimeters wouldn't have stun. But this thing is below 15 centimeters, but does have stun. And I suppose you might say that Wargaming ignored their previous statement about it not having stun and put it into the game with stun, because after all, it would be rather strange to have a Tier 7 Arty without stun. After all, it would have to do considerable damage to the enemy otherwise to make up for it. Well, this thing will do 600 alpha, penetrating 35mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 7 meters. And that's comparable to some of the other Artys, such as the 155mm on the M12 or even the AMX-13 F3. Nice to have a target that stays still long enough to actually hit them. That E75TS will be now thinking, yeah, maybe I ought to get into the cover of the factory, otherwise I'm going to get hit repeatedly. Now, as many of you have probably noticed by now, if you've seen the information on our What Arty Noobs Facebook page, we will be curtailing video production for What Arty Noobs in the near future. And part of the reason for that is the fact that we're getting very few views per video to make it worthwhile. A lot of other World of Tanks channels get as much as 10,000 views per video, and some of those get that number of views in just 1 hour. Whereas our videos only get about 100 views, and that's over their entire lifetime. So it would mean, in technically speaking, if I'm producing 5 videos a day, it would take 20 days for me to get the same number of views as somebody who produced a video on another channel. So if I was to get 10,000 views, it would take 20 days to do that. And so therefore it's not really feasible to consider continuing to produce videos if we're just not getting the number of views that we should be getting. Now, we don't have as many subscribers as other channels, that's true. Some of the other channels have a lot of subscribers. They have as many as 70,000. At the smaller end, that's someone like Klaus Kellerman, and at the larger end you get someone like Jingles with 640,000 subscribers. So you can say, well, quite reasonably, that it's very easy to get a large number of views when you've got a very large subscriber base. The other reason people might say that it's easier for them to get views is because they've got a better channel with a better presenter. And yes, I don't mind admitting that I'm absolutely crap at this. At least some people like what I produce, but most people don't. That's probably one of the reasons why I don't attract that many viewers. But we've found it very, very hard to justify the amount of time it takes me to produce all the videos that are coming out. And really, I just can't justify it anymore. I was producing as many as 5 to 8 videos in a day, but it was taking most of the day to process them, to upload them. My computer was working overnight, so I'd be producing during the day and then uploading overnight. And I was getting very little time to actually play the game myself. And so as a consequence, I've decided, well, really, I can't put in that much effort to justify keeping the channel alive if I'm having to put in that much time and I don't get as many views. So it's just really not worthwhile continuing with the channel. And I know a lot of you are going to be disappointed with this, because it means that you won't be able to get your videos done. Because even if you send the videos to Klaus Kellerman or to Jingles or to Quickie Baby, they'll probably be rejected and you'll never see the channels, but you'll never see the videos. But maybe you could start your own channel. Then you probably understand how difficult it is to actually keep a YouTube channel open, especially if that YouTube channel features Arty. And that's another reason why our channel has not attracted that many views, because it contains Arty. And of course Arty is the pariah of World of Tanks. Most people hate Arty, and obviously therefore only the Arty players who love Arty and think it's great, but most people hate Arty and therefore they won't have anything to do with Arty in any way. And that's one of the reasons why we just don't get the views that other channels get. Now, it's a pity in a sense, because a lot of the ordinary schmoes who wanted their videos done won't get them now. And that is a great pity, but I'm afraid that is that's the way it's going to have to be, because if we had actually managed to get enough views, then I could justify keeping the channel alive, but we're just not getting them. So I know that a lot of you are very disappointed in that the channel will be closing. Well, it will still be around, it's just there won't be any new content arriving on the channel. It's going to be a month or so before I wind down production completely. I still have quite a number of videos to upload that haven't been uploaded yet, and so I will be uploading those over the coming month, but I think we probably will call it a day sometime around about Christmas, and that will be the end of the channel. Okay, VK30OD stood there too long, and as a consequence he became a victim for the Panther. But the Panther needs to watch out, because there's still that T-44-100 around somewhere. Now Smooth hasn't got a shot on that AMX M445, and the only way he's really going to get a shot on him is actually to move further south and further east. You can see that T-28 prototype though, and he's lining up a nice shot, and he's now one shot, and he gets a blind kill. Okay, T-25-2 seen on that spot, but we're going to be reloading for another 15 seconds, so it's very likely that he's going to move in the meanwhile. I think he's holding his aim on that spot for the moment. No, he's decided to go for an obvious target that's in view.
That was close.
And he's hit the T-25 too. You know, the other thing that's rather annoying actually, and let's have a look and see if he can get this shot on T-29. He's aiming basically at the rubble. The fall of shot is the other side of the rubble. Oh, that was a good one. Right over the top of the rubble onto the engine deck of the T-29 and took him out. One of the things that's a great pity is that we actually have reciprocated and promoted other YouTube channels, not just World of Tanks channels, but also other channels connected with history of tank warfare and artillery for that matter, but we never received any reciprocation. You know, we promoted Klaus Kellerman's channel quite a lot, but he never promoted us, which is a great pity. And that's one of the main reasons why we've decided no, we don't want to carry on, because there's just no point if nobody's going to help us to get the enough subscribers. And well, we've tried getting subscribers. Unfortunately, nobody seems to be interested in Arty, so there you go. We try getting those subscribers, but we just can't get them, and therefore really there's no point in continuing to beat your head against a brick wall if you're just not getting anywhere. The people who are going to lose out in this case are, of course, the people who wanted their replays shown and won't get them shown anymore because they're just unable to get them produced. But that's the more the pity that we just can't get enough views. I'm even more disappointed with the What Arty Noobs members on Facebook, because we have over 3,000 members on the Facebook page, and yet we only get 100 views for each of the videos, even though a lot of the people who are actually in the videos are the members from the Facebook page. So it seems rather strange that with 3,000 members we can't muster 3,000 views on the YouTube channel per video, but apparently we can't, because those people are probably not interested in watching videos, they're interested in playing the game, and therefore they ignore the channel until of course they want their replay shown, and then of course they love the channel, but unfortunately they won't watch any of the videos other than if it's theirs. I do sound a bit bitter when I'm saying this, but the thing is that I've put a lot of effort into this channel for the past 3 years, a great deal of effort into trying to develop the channel, and basically all my effort has been wasted because nobody's been watching the videos. At least, and I say nobody, but it is only the very few who have actually watched it, and it's just not enough to justify the channel's existence. Yeah, somebody's indicated there might be a tank in that corner. The Centurion 5.1's moving down to have a look. The last remaining enemy tanks are a Striv S1, a Wizzy 1201 GFT, and a GW Panther. So one of those tanks might be in that corner. Ah, there's the Striv. Okay, that was the reason why they were indicating. Rounds out in the Striv. Direct hits. You heard the sizzles. The round went off against the hull. Now the Centurion doesn't want to cross the railway line embankment at the moment, mainly because he's a one-shot for the Striv. He's got quite a nice alpha. I think if I remember correctly, 390 alpha. Oh, he just died. The Scorpion G just got the Striv all the way over from the factories, so it's a long-range shot. Now we're looking for the GW Panther and the Wizzy 1201 GFT. Well, it's possible that they might be down in the south, because the Wizzy 120 was last seen in that general area, but he hasn't been seen since, and the GW Panther has never been seen, so he could be anywhere. Well, there's the Wizzy 120 right behind the cap area, and we just lost the Centurion to the GW Panther. Rounds out in the Wizzy. Oh, and it hit the target. That Wizzy 120's lost a lot of hit points because he just got a direct hit. So presumably he's lost a bit more. Oh, they just got found the GW Panther and killed him. The Scorpion just got the GW. And that just leaves the Wizzy 120 now as the last remaining enemy. And they're coming up to the 1 minute mark if they don't get him soon. And he just killed a Tiger 1. And there's the kill shot that wins the game from the Scorpion G. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Well, it was an Ace Tanker for Smooth 932 in this Crusader 5.5-in SP. In fact, it was the first Ace Tanker for him, because you only get scrolls the first time, and he got them this time. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13, and he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was 3,122, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. In fact, he was a long way down the list. The highest damage was actually the Strip with 5,064 hit points and a high caliber. The next highest was the 50 TP, 4,240. And after that, Scorpion G with 2,455. I'm afraid Smooth only got 1,668 hit points of damage. But when it came to kills, it was actually the Scorpion G who did the best. He got 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team. 4 kills went to the Striv S1. 3 kills went to Smooth 932. And when it came to base XP, it was the 50 TP that did the best with 1,191. 1,083 went to the Scorpion G. And 1,067 went to Smooth, and these were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. Smooth fired 24 rounds in that game, got 6 direct hits, no penetration, 17 splash. Damage of 1,668 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 3, did 2,257 hit points of stun assist of 14 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 46,094 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 29,294 credits. He earned 1,600 XP, times 2 for the first victory, same again for completing the mission and events, and took away 4,802 experience points altogether. So not a bad game. The Crusader 5.5-in SP is not an easy Arty to play, mainly because the driving controls the other way round, because it's driving backwards, or rather the gun's pointing backwards and the thing's driving forwards. If you actually press the W key to move forwards, you crawl forwards very, very slowly because you're in reverse. But if you actually drive it in reverse and press S, you'll drive quite fast. But it's just very difficult to get used to those controls. It is actually also quite funny if you actually auto-aim onto an enemy tank that's chasing you and you drive away from them, shooting at them as you go. And I have actually taken out an enemy tank in the process of doing that, which was hilarious, because you don't expect an Arty to get a kill on an enemy tank that's chasing it along the battlefield. But it does happen, and happens quite often with this Arty. So, good game, Smith. As for the channel, well, yeah, as I said, it'll probably be a month or so before I wind down the channel and finished uploading all the replays I've got. And this is one of the few remaining replays which I have that I will produce. But I'm afraid once I've ceased production, the channel will be mothballed and it will remain on YouTube for the meanwhile. And I will probably start a new channel featuring another game altogether, because I probably will continue to make videos for YouTube, but not on World of Tanks, mainly because I don't see any viable way of actually attracting views. If I can't get views as things stand at the moment, then there's no way I'm going to get views if I was to manufacture more World of Tank content for a different channel. I know that some people think, and I do think, that maybe the fact that our channel is What Arty Noobs had something to do with the fact that we weren't getting views because they perceived it to be an Arty channel. But if that wasn't the case, and it's just me, then obviously I won't succeed in the other channel either, and therefore I can pack it all in and leave it at that. But if the other channel is successful, then I will know that it is the fact that this is an Arty channel, that's the reason why it's not getting as many views as it should be getting. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel for what remaining time is left. And thanks for watching.